Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Christy. I'm a homeschool mom to 3 kids ages 10, 5, and 2. And today I'm giving you an update on our writing journey. I mentioned in a previous video that we were having some trouble with writing, and this is not a new struggle that we've had. We've had this struggle since we began homeschooling with my oldest child. She is a very reluctant writer. We have ran into roadblock after roadblock with writing. We have had tears with writing. We have had frustration, and it has been a struggle. In my research of reluctant writing, I have found that this is actually a very common problem in the homeschooling world. A lot of people have at least one reluctant writer. There are so many different reasons that your child may be a reluctant writer. Everything from actual medical reasons like dysgraphia all the way to just like laziness or just like unmotivation. So there are a lot of different reasons, and every child is different, and those reasons are going to be different. So something that I did with my daughter recently is I sat her down for a very honest conversation about writing. And I think that having these honest conversations about things that your kids like and dislike with their school is very important, because I think that in the long run will ultimately help you create the education that's best for them, because you will discover kind of how they operate. So we had an honest conversation about the dislike for writing and why she doesn't like it. And for her, we kind of determined that a lot of it stems from the fear of failure and the fear of it being bad writing, and the struggle with trying to work on mechanics in your head and properly spell things, use different vocabulary instead of just your plain average vocabulary, putting things in order and like structuring your paper and what you're writing about so that it makes sense. Just a lot of all of that while also trying to get her ideas out on paper. So that is this root struggle for my child, is more so that kind of thing. She was public schooled for a few years, and during that public school, this is something that we actually continue to work on and had to really work on. That first year of homeschooling was kind of de-schooling in a sense, and trying to kind of help with those perfectionist tendencies that she developed while in school. And so in summary, I'm going to talk about kind of our plans going forward with writing. And this is not going to be a video that reveals some magic writing curriculum. In fact, it's going to be kind of completely the opposite, because what we are doing is we are focusing on creative writing and not so much on mechanics and structure. And the reason that I feel like we need to do this is because writing can be fun. And I was having this conversation with her. I said, when I was younger, I really enjoyed writing stories. And so I opened her eyes to the fact that she can really dream up and imagine anything and write about it. She is definitely a child with a huge imagination, and so I know that she has a ton of great ideas going around in her brain, and it's just the process of getting them out onto paper so that other people can enjoy them as well that we're going to really work on. So my daughter really loves a couple different things. She loves animals, she loves dragons, and she loves Minecraft. And so I kind of prompted her and I said, what if you wrote a book, like a longer story where you write like a little bit and kind of make it this longer story, like build upon it every day, about your Minecraft world that you're building and the things that you're building in that world and your Minecraft character and what could happen and that sort of thing. And I saw her light up like I've never seen her light up before when it comes to writing, and she wanted to start immediately. She loved that idea. She's already got quite a few like full-length pages of this story that she's working on about Minecraft. And I love that. Like, that's what I want. I want to inspire her. I want to show her that there can be joy in writing, and there's a lot of creativity in writing. She's a very creative kid, and so I think that just kind of unlocking that is definitely going to be my focus for the remainder of this school year. Something that I also determined from my conversation with my daughter was that she hates writing prompts. And writing prompts are very, very, very common in a children's language arts program. That's how you get ideas out of them. And they're meant to inspire them so that the ideas flow. But she actually expressed to me that she doesn't like being forced to write about a certain thing or having somebody tell her what to write about. So I really want her to kind of be able to run with her own ideas if that's what she wishes. So I'm going to be having her write her Minecraft story every day. And I also mentioned in a previous video that we do a mother-daughter journal, and so we're still going to be working on that. And that's sort of a writing prompt thing in a way, but it's also kind of just like a conversation. So I will come up with like a topic. I'll like ask her a question, and then I'll write my response to that question. Like, if you could have any pet in the world, what would it be? And I would write about what I would choose and my thoughts, and then I would pass it to her, put it in her bedroom, and then she would respond. And sometimes she responds with the answer to the question, and then she asks me something else, and so then I'll write. And so it's kind of this back and forth thing. I also wanted to start this journal so that if she felt like she wanted to talk to me about something but didn't really want to do it face to face, and then she could talk to me about anything in there as well. And it kind of keeps the pressure off. So we're going to continue with that. I also added in Mad Libs. Now, do you guys remember Mad Libs? It's so fun, and it's just a way to create like some silly stories. And it also does do some subtle like parts of speech practice that way, because it asks for specific parts of speech like an adjective or a plural noun or an adverb. And so they have to kind of come up with those on their own, and then it comes up with a very silly, funny story. And she's really enjoying those. Another thing that I'm doing is getting her some new books. I want to really inspire her. So I'm definitely looking for interest-based books. So books about dragons, books about Minecraft. I bought one of the Minecraft novels. She's almost done with that, which I didn't even know existed, but they do. They have actual like a series of chapter books based on Minecraft. So I got her one of those, and she's almost finished with that to kind of inspire her Minecraft story and kind of open her eyes to what it could be. And then other ones too, just like interesting books, you know, about animals, something that'll spark her interest and maybe inspire her a little bit. She loves to read. She's a very, very good reader. And so I think that can kind of help her writing as well when she sees some examples and gets inspired that way. So that's kind of what we're doing. We're going very relaxed for the remainder of this year. I'm just focusing on getting those wonderful ideas out of her head. And with like her Minecraft story, of course, we will kind of edit it as we go, and then like type it in and everything, so it makes sense. You know, we don't want just like a bunch of run on, which she tends to do. So we will do that, but together and not with a lot of pressure. Next year, my plan is to focus more on writing and grammar and mechanics and that kind of thing in a very fun way. And I'm excited about a couple of the resources I found for next year. I will definitely be sharing those resources when I do my curriculum videos for next year. But yeah, I'm still building that, but I plan to focus more on the structure of writing next year for her. You know, I never wanted that like feeling, that icky feeling, that looming failure feeling for her. So I want her to not be afraid, and I want to kind of give her the courage to just write. So that's what we're doing going forward. I'm sorry that this video wasn't like showing you some magical writing curriculum for a reluctant writer. I wish I had something to share with you, but I don't write at this time. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. We're just going back to the basics, and yeah, so I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in another video very soon. Bye.